Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, this is the paper 1 of Physics O level, variant 2. Its code is 5054. Here, year is 2021, months are May, June. As this paper is related to multiple choices, so here we start. This is the question 1. A student determines the circumference of a football. Which instrument gives a reading that is the circumference of football? Now here are four options. First option is calipers. Caliper is used to measure the internal external diameter of small objects like glass, etc, glass or cylinder measuring jar, gas jar, etc, test tubes. Micrometer is also used very small objects and their diameter, just like wire, metallic wire means. No, ruler is a state instrument. It is a rigid hard state instruments, so we cannot use ruler to measure the football, the circumference of the football. You know that circumference is what? It is the length of the curve path of the total length of the curve path of the football. So we cannot use ruler or rule to measure the circumference of the football. Football is very large for calipers, and so this is the tape which is flexible and bent in any direction to measure the circumference of the football. No, it is the option D. No, next is question 2. A coin falls from rest through the air and eventually reaches a constant speed. Constant speed means the object is falling in towards the center of the earth. Constant speed. Constant speed means there is no net force on it, acting on it. It means resultant force acting on it is zero. As resultant force is zero, therefore acceleration is also zero. Now, there is a resultant force acting on the coin due to the two forces, P and Q. But as I have just said, the resultant force over here is zero because object is moving with constant speed. Now, this is P and this is Q. Q is the downward force. Downward force is over here is weight. Weight is always constant. What happens to force P and what happens to resultant force before the coin reaches a constant speed? As we know that Q is the weight force, force of weight acting downward. What is the P? P is air resistance. This air resistance arises when the coin moves. When coin moves, it gains speed. When it gains speed, when coin moves, it gains speed. When it gains speed, which goes on increasing, P increases. P appears and increases. As a result, when this coin falls, P increases. P is air resistance, this increases. So P increases and resultant force goes on decreases as P increases. So how can we find resultant force? Resultant force is Q minus P. At the very start of this journey of coin towards the surface of the earth, P is 0. As P starts, as coin starts moving, it gains speed. When it gains speed, P appears and increases. And when the coin gets constant speed, when coin gets constant speed, it means both forces are equal and opposite direction. As a result, P becomes equal to Q. Then resultant force becomes 0. So when the object falls with constant speed, it means the forces in opposite direction are equal and cancel the effect of each other. Therefore, resultant force is 0 over here. So here option is C. Now this is question 3 of physics paper 1 variant 2 O level Cambridge. Now in this question year 2021 May June. In question 3, the diagram shows the forces acting on four identical blocks. Each arrow, sorry, each arrow represent a force of 20 Newton. Which blocks are in equilibrium? There are two conditions for equilibrium. Number one, forces are in opposite direction. If you look at choice S, if you look at the diagram S, here two forces acting in the same direction, therefore it must not be in equilibrium. No, first conditions what I have said, uh, that forces are in opposite directions. Forces are in opposite direction. Opposite direction में forces, there must be the forces must be in opposite direction. Now second condition is forces must be collinear. Forces must be collinear. Otherwise, if they are not collinear, the object will starts, they produce a turning effect in the object if forces are not collinear. Must be collinear. Collinear means lie on same line. If you look at these Q diagram, the forces are do not sorry, these two forces do not lie on same line. One is acting over here in this direction and other is on other line acting on this path. If we apply these forces, the object will turn. There must be a turning effect on applying these two forces at the very start. No, option P, forces are in opposite direction and they are collinear, lie on same line, follow the same path, both forces. And diagram R, the forces are also in opposite direction and as well as lie on same path. The line of action of these two forces are on same line. Therefore, P and R and option A is right. Now this is question 4. A student has list three changes that affect the stopping distance of a car: increasing the braking force, increasing the friction between the tire and the road, and increasing the speed of the car. Which change or changes increase the stopping distance? Okay, stopping distance increase karna, sorry, increase, we have to increase the stopping distance. What will happen, what will be the effect on stopping distance if we increase the braking force? Increase the braking force, it means if we push the braking pedal with full strength and push it immediately full for emergency stopping जो है for emergency or on emergency, as In normal cases, we apply the brake slowly, gently, and thus increasing the braking force. As a result, we covers a long distance. If we increase the braking force, the stopping distance decreases. If we immediately push the braking pedal fully, then we apply the greater stopping force, braking force. As a result, the car will stop immediately, covering a small distance. Therefore, increase the braking force, it means we decrease the distance. So there, this option should not be over here. Increasing the friction force, if we increase the friction force, you know that friction is a force against the motion. If we increase the friction, it means we decrease the motions. So therefore, if we decrease the motion, it means the stopping distance decreases. So increasing the friction between the tires and the road, it means you will decrease the stopping distance. Increasing the speed of the car, yes, this is the right choice over here. If we increase the speed of the car, the on applying brake, that car will take a longer distance and stops then. So here increase the speed is the only choice over here. Therefore answer 3 option is correct over here. So D is the answer of question 4. Here we move towards the question 5. In question 5, the diagram shows a satellite orbiting a planet with a steady speed. You know that when object moves in a orbit or in a circular track, its direction of motion always change, continuously changing. As a result, its velocity constantly changes and its acceleration also. In which direction does the and resultant force also? Resultant force act on the satellite. So when there is a curve path, Q completes this curve path in a circle. So this is the curve path. If I complete the circle over here, then we choose the force which is directed towards the center of this force. This is the only a force which is directed towards the center of this curve path, which is a circle I have drawn over here. So answer A over here is answer A. Choice A is the right answer. Now this is the question 6. The gravitational field strength in space is smaller than the Earth's surface. Yes, it is right. When we move in the outer space, the gravitational pull decreases as we move away from the Earth. A rocket is used to launch a satellite from Earth's surface into space. How are masses and the weight of the satellite affected as a satellite moves from the surface of the Earth into the space? So, the mass is the quantity which is defined as the amount of matter an object contains. So, when object moves from one place to another, a different planet, its mass remains constant. There is no change. Mass is unaffected, it does not increase or decrease. But weight is the pull of gravity. So as we move away from the earth, the pull of gravity decreases. Therefore, weight is affected and it decreases. The mass does not change, it remains unaffected. So this is the option over here. Mass is unaffected and weight decreases as we move away from the earth surface. The pull of earth decreases, therefore weight decreases. So option D is over here is right answer. Now we move question 7. As I have said, this is my first video. There must be some errors in my voice quality or voice pattern and focusing of my camera to the paper. Now we move the this is question 7. Air is trapped in a cylinder by a piston. The piston is moved inward so that the volume of the air reduces. The density of the air in the syringe at initial volume is 0.0012 grams per centimeter cube. What is the density of the air in the syringe at the final volume? The key point over here is, as the mass of the gas over here, and in this only we move the piston inward. Therefore, the quantity, it means mass of the gas in both cases must be same. You know that what is density? Density is equal to mass over volume. You know that density, what is density? Density is the mass per unit volume. So it means D is equal to M over V. So M is equal to D into V, mass. So mass in this case, in the first figure initially, and the mass in the cylinder finally must be same. The mass over here we will find, in first case, so then D into V. You know density over here is 0.0012, and volume we count over here 1 2 3 and 4, or 1 2 3 4 4. Similarly, in that case, density into volume. So over here is density we do not know, but volume is over here 1 2. So as volume mass in both cases are same, M into M. First case, initial case, and final final case are in both figures. First figure and second figure masses are same. So in first figure mass is 0.0012 into 4. In second case volume mass is 2 into V. I take this 2 over here. By cutting you will get the answer. What is this answer? Sorry, I take 2 over here. ठीक है, look at so mass over here is 0.012 into 4, and mass over here is D into 2. Take this 2 on other side. By cancellation you get the answer 0.024. Here option is C. So the question 7 has answer E, which is over here is C. Now this is question 8. Here some forces are applied at different distances from a pivot. Which diagram shows the force that produces the largest moment about the pivot? You know that what is moment? Moment is the turning effect of the force. It is calculated by on multiplying force with perpendicular distance. D is perpendicular distance from pivot to line of action of force. Over here the distance given is in 19 centimeter. Perpendicular distance over his distance given is meter. Similarly in case C the distance is in 50 centimeter, and this is for easiness I change this 2 meter into centimeter by multiplying it with 100. Now 3 meter I change it into centimeter so that calculation becomes easy for me. Now for everyone, so moment you will multiply by multiplying, you will get by multiplying 90 with 50. 90 multiplied by 50, the answer is 4500 Newton centimeter. SI unit is not centimeter for distance. You must know it. Now over here I calculate by multiplying 200, which is perpendicular distance from pivot to the force 30. The answer is over here what? 6000 Newton centimeter. Over here I calculate moment by multiplying 300 with 18. 18 threes are what, 54. So it is 5400. Now in case C moment I have calculated on multiplying 50 with 80, the answer is over here is 4000. If you look at the biggest value of turning it effect of force moment over here is 6000. So for question 8, choice best choice जो है या right choice is what? So over here is B, which has 6000 Newton centimeter moment. Now we move question 9. Here the diagram shows a children's wooden play toy. What changes to the tower makes it more stable? For stability, there must be for stability there are two conditions. Number one, lowers the center of gravity, lowers the center of gravity, CG center of gravity. Number two, increase the surface base area, increase base area. So over here, making the tower narrow. If you make the tower narrow, it means small base area. When there is small base area, it means you have decreased the stability. Sorry, decrease the stability. It means object is no more in more stable state. Making the tower tall. If you make the tower tall, make it tall, then you raise the center of gravity. Raise the center of gravity. Raise the center of gravity means you decrease the stability also. Lower the center of mass, yes. Lower the center of means generally you lower the center of gravity. It means lowers center of gravity. When you lower the center of gravity, increase the stability. So you increase the stability. In some other lecture, I will explain what is the difference between center of mass and the center of gravity. Raising the center of mass means you raise the center of gravity. If you raise the center of gravity, it means you raise the you decrease the stability. So right choice is over here is C. So question 9, the correct answer of question 9 is C. Now we move the next question. This is question 10. Where on the path is limit of proportionality for an elastic solid? So simply you find the graph has two portions. One is the straight line which ends over here, then the graph takes a turn. And this is the curve path of the graph, this is the straight path of the graph. The end of the straight part is P, this is the center of, proportionality limit of proportionality. The answer over here is